my end point is we've talked like a lot, maybe a year or two ago, about a lot of teams or a lot of people would get mad, even in 2021, about, well, they're not drafting like the Eagles or the Ravens do. They're the teams that always get the good draft grades, and they need to do it like they do. They need to sit and wait and just fall on these good players all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, you got to be good first to be able to do that, because they're the ultimate examples in the NFL currently, and have been for a long time, in roster maintenance. And it's through the draft, and it's through just being good scouts and understanding, like you saw Howie Roseman bring out 70 people for his press conference, right? That all helped with the draft. Like, they take it that serious. Okay, you got to get better to get to that point first. Well, look, they just did that in this draft. They more or less just had an Eagles draft, did they not? They sat there, except for two guys who we'll see about, but they sat there and waited and got starters, because other people who made mistakes in other areas and didn't take care of their roster had to do something else and pushed starters down. So they just sat there and feasted on them. That is how good teams in the NFL stay good forever. That's it. And that's how you draft like the Eagles. They just did it. Like, to me, that's Brad Holmes has graduated, if he hasn't already, to that level of drafter, I think, in the NFL. I think he's probably got that reputation within those tight circles. And it's going to be harder for them, I think, going forward to pull off some of these, especially if Manu hits, he'll never be able to do that again. Because if there's a kid that comes out that has traits like Mailata, Eagles are never going to get a guy like that again. Anytime, you'll be jumping them every time, because you're like, we're not letting this son of a bitch do this to us again. You know what I mean? Like, That's where he's at, I think, right now. We'll see about these two guys, but if they hit, buddy, there's not going to be much we can say against old Mr. Holmes, the villain there.
I think Vaki's got a high floor, at least. Like, we know he's going to come in.
Yeah, he'll be a nice little player.
He doesn't have to do a ton for that pick to hit. Like, if he's a quality third running back and does everything on special teams, he can even do some stuff in the return game they're talking about. I mean, you got a guy like that, he can be here for a long time and just kind of fill a role. But Manu's a bit of a heat check. And let me tell you, he's pulling up from half court. If that goes in, no one can ever tell him shit again. Like, no one. He's going to
be a little dangerous.
He's going to cook all of us, even though we kind of are feeding into it a little bit. I like the pick. He'll have earned the right if that pick hits. And I think that's the ultimate heat check. And I'm excited to see how it turns out, because he's got, again, tools for days.
I love it.
A good structure to work with. And I think the Lions are excited to see what they can do with him.